Stick with the finance, because you mentioned focus on the finance.
Focus on the finance.
You know, they say the music business is a penny rate business. Just focus on the pennies. The pennies add up when you go across the country. So before you say fuck it, check the finance. But don't say fuck it on some shit you making some money. You work that shit out.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's always to work some shit out. If you're having problems and you're making money, don't say fuck it yet. You need a mediator, holler at me. We're figuring this shit out. We might put somebody else in there, but don't say fuck it. You're making money on the table.
Well, Londell, you know what? That's where the problems came in at.
Yeah.
You know, this is something that I want to talk about in case people don't know this. All right? And this is real shit. We had the first unknown artist that we was putting in getting $2,500 a show. You know, a lot of people hate me for that. Okay? But our artist was unknown. We was getting a paper. Nikki left me, she was getting $60,000 for a show, unsigned, because she wasn't signed with Young Money. In case people didn't know that. They were getting paid. We got our artists paid. We hit markets that you probably wouldn't even dream about and was killing it. We was repeating cities like the Midwest I love because they took care of us. They took care of us so good, it was pathetic. This is the next thing we did. Producers. You know, a producer, this is what hit me with the producers. You know, y'all get your beats up because you're wish, hoping, and praying somebody hear you. So I went in to fight. We need to do street albums. And let's start getting an unknown producer, because see, the unknown producers was making money for the big people. I ain't gonna mention them, because I ain't gonna hate on it. That ain't gonna do it. I want to be honest, but not that. Okay? And I went in and started grabbing producers, because it was their sounds that you were really hearing. But they were not getting anything but a work for hire, $500, $1,000 some weed and ass. And they thought that was the shit. Okay? So that's when we took them in and started doing these things. Mixtapes? What's a mixtape, guys? That's just LPs today. Okay? Because see, that's how we live. Radio didn't act with us. We took the radios out of our cars. Real talk. Okay? Mixtapes is what made it for us. We treated a mixtape like it was an album. That's how I work with mixtape. A mixtape is an album to me. I'm going in. I'm going all the way in. And I definitely salute the DJs. Okay? People that you really want to respect and have relationships with. A DJ call me, I'm sending them an exclusive record. They better sing an exclusive record. Because when a radio didn't mess with me, a DJ did. And guess what you did? You forced that radio to play that record.
Yep.
Because radio has gotten to be political now. And they're playing the so you hear the same people over and over. I don't even play them. I listen to satellite because it's raw. That's what you hear. Alright? Radio, you hear the same records over and over and over again. And there's some good music out here. A lot of good music, a lot of good people out here that's doing it. Let's go back to the power which lies in you. Okay? And in numbers is power, just like they said. But when you come up against us and knock us down, let me go with me. Because I opened many a doors, changed many a games and things, and was hated. I was on the #1 hit list. And you helped them. You helped them by pulling me down, criticizing. You don't even know me. I became the biggest thief. I'm so tired of being a damn thief, it's damn pathetic. How do I steal something I created? That's the first thing. And what the hell am I going to steal from myself for? Latest thing, robbing my son, going through that shit. God damn. If I spent $350,000 on a pocketbook, $15,000, $7,000 on a shoe, God damn it, somebody called Dr. Phil. I need help. And that's real shit. But you the people love that because that's negativity. And that's what you like to hear. She done this, she done that, this what she did. Hell no. Why the hell wasn't they saying that when I was spending my money, busting my ass on you? Why did I become so wrong? And it's easy to be the bad guy, and people help right along with it. That shit irritates the shit out of me. But you can't get my energy no more, because I'm not even commenting on it, because it don't make sense. Check every lawsuit, everything that comes through, nobody won nothing. And I was able to go back at other people. But you know what, I don't even live like that. If you're that thirsty and you need it that bad, go ahead, because I'm going to be the one standing in the law. Your time is limited. So if I need to be the bad guy for you, I'm all right. I'm the head of my household. And I handle mine, and I handle mine well. My skin is real tough, real thick. I raised 5 boys by myself. By myself.
That's power. Maurice, we haven't heard from you. What's your definition of power in the music industry?
Well, you build power by delivery. For one thing, it's like, you know, you can be in somebody's face at this conference sweating them about what they do, what you got for them, but you know, the time that they actually say, all right, fuck with me, man, do this, and you ain't there to deliver, you already relinquishing all your power just in that one gesture, because now they don't take you seriously now. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it just from like, you know, walking through the hallways and things like that. Damn, bro, I told you to call me, man. Oh, damn, man, I got caught up, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta deliver, you know what I'm saying, in order to build power. Like, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I've been able to do things. It's one of the main reasons everybody on this panel are where they're at today, because they deliver. You know what I'm saying? Even going back to what Dad said, you know, I know she doesn't do the handshake business anymore, but, you know, you gotta keep your word. When somebody asks you to do something, when you tell them that you're going to do something, you have to deliver. You know, like even in my field, you know, I can't hold people hostage if they're asking me to do something. Hey man, write this bio for me, turn in this article. I can't hold it hostage for 2 weeks. You know, oh man, my bad, bro, I got busy, man. My bad, dog, you know, man, I got caught up, man, my bad. I can't hold it hostage, because now they ain't gonna hire me for shit else now. If I'm holding the work hostage. Same thing goes with, you know, relationships with DJs, rappers, producers, you know, people got deadlines. They trying to put out their mixtape, like, give me the damn beat. Don't hold it hostage. And also, don't hold the money hostage either. You owe somebody some money. You know, cut the check, give me the money.
And what we learned, Maurice, also what we learned from the panelists today, we're talking about power and power being within you and you being your own CEO, regardless of where you're at. If you're not in a major city, New York, you're not from New York, but you are a huge person in hip-hop media today. At one point, did you feel, do I have to move to become part of this bloggerati, this elite of media? How did you make your name in your city, a city that wasn't really known for having too many hip-hop journalists at the time?
Well, I mean, one thing I did, I just told the truth. I mean, like, I come from print media, but the only reason I even got the blog is because I got tired of people saying, telling lies all the damn time. You know, I was like, hey, so-and-so got punched in the mouth, man. I was just with him. Nothing happened to him. Look, so-and-so did this. Man, I was there too. That didn't happen. Where was you at? You know, so that's the main reason I even got the blog, you know, so as far as like being here, being compared
and making a name for yourself in your
and,
city, yeah.
I mean, the thing I did was I kind of talked about things that everybody else was overlooked. You know, and also like I'm still a human, and I still go out and discover things. You know, not to shit on other bloggers or media people, but a lot of times these cats that you're sweating on Twitter or wherever, a lot of these
waiting for an invite to an
yeah, like they just kind of like, you know, they just sit on their computer all day. They don't go outside, you know, they don't go to the club, they don't be in the street. I don't think these dudes get haircuts. I don't see them go to the barbershop, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, one thing that, you know, that I was able to separate myself from them was like, I actually go outside and discover shit, you know what I'm saying? And also, like, I generate my own content, like, I create my own content.
You were in the car with Big Crit once doing an interview, right?
Yeah.
Like, you actually go out and do something. Do you put a lot of thought, I mean, what is it to put a lot of thought into what you do rather than going on the cuff? Because
one thing,
preparation is key.
I enjoy what I do for a living, but after a while, I was like, you know, if I'm going to do it, I gotta have some fun with my damn self, man. You know, if I'm going to be interviewing somebody, like, I don't want to be in the studio smoking with them. And I don't smoke, so what we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, after a while, I had to start, you know, finding ways, okay, what would this person want to see, and what would I have fun doing? That's the reason why I even created that idea. She's talking about something I created called the Sonic Ride, where I do interviews with artists and we ride around in the car. Because I don't know about you, I didn't discover hip-hop on the internet. I discovered it riding around the car with my cousins, doing some shit we ain't had no business doing.
So you were creative with it. You were creative with your approach. So be creative with your approach. Thank you. Do you want to say something?
I just wanted to piggyback on what he was saying. Capitalize on your relationships. You have to be very diligent in your communication. These type of networking events and other events like this is where it happens. You have to have your cards ready, have your email ready, and respond, answer the phone, text back. Like, you have to be very diligent in your relationships. The industry is very small. Like you were saying, the music industry is tiny. What you put out there, everyone's gonna know about it. If you can't keep your word, it's going nowhere. As a writer, I know that for sure, but I have to keep up and keep in contact with artists, with my editors, with everything like that. You have to make sure that you capitalize on your relationship.
Thank you. Yes, Michael, go ahead.
Yeah, and I agree with Maurice. You really got to be out here in people's faces as far as when you write and trying to be creative. You really got to be out here in people's faces, and you got to be diligent. Like when I used to go to music conferences, I'd always sit right there, and I'd always have my notebook. You know, anything that people say, I'm writing it down, contact information and everything. And when it's done, I'm going to meet you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and nobody writes in Charlotte, North Carolina. You know, but I keep a steady job because of this. You know, you stay in people's faces, you keep your relationships going. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with that.
Thank you, Kevin.
Can I ask a question to the panel? What is considered a good budget to promote a record?
Yeah, talk to them, Kevin.
I think, does anybody, so Kevin asked what is considered a good budget to promote a record. Does everybody want to know that answer right now? Okay. India, take it away.
First thing, you have to have a good record. I have had people come to me with so much money and the worst record ever. There ain't that much money in the world in some of these records, okay?
Real talk.
I will tell you that we have broken these records, that we've had these artists with no budget. And let me just say this. The DJs in here, and I know we're talking about artists and what we're doing all this, but you DJs are the most important thing to us because those artists that's the relationship that we want because we come to you with good product, you put it on, and eventually it's going to blow up. So you have to know how to do it, and the relationships with you guys is the most important thing. A good budget after for marketing, for this and that, but you have the internet. We didn't have the internet back in the day. That is so crucial. You have Nicki Minaj, yeah, she blew up, but Lil' Kim, she didn't have the internet. So Lil' Kim was just as big as Nicki Minaj because she did it the hard way. And a lot of you have so much stuff going for you that makes it so easy. Yeah, you have more competition, but the music's got to be there. I've gotten some CDs with nothing written on it. What can I do with that?
That's not funny. If you're coming to a conference like this with a CD with no writing on it, why are you here for?
What's the budget?
So, you know, sometimes
You know what, hold on. Now, if you would have just listened to what she said, and this is real talk, we didn't have no money. So as much as people want to think we had so much damn money, we didn't have nothing. Our budget was the DJs. And it was the relationships. They helped us. So it's about, I think everybody said this 100,000 times, it's about being creative. Some people, there's no budget. Some people, there's a little bit of budget, a whole lot of budget. It's according to the individual. So in today's time, you really can't answer that question. If your music is good enough, you don't need a damn budget. Because they're going to play it. You know, the music, the product sells itself. But there are budgets, like if you're talking about going to radio, Kevin, I think we need to define where we're really trying to go with that record. If you want to go in the clubs, if you want to go to on the street, because there's different levels to people's music. So you got to know where you're going, and you got to know what your own self-worth is. What are you willing to put into yourself? And I've had that question this week also, where a person will call and I have $1,000 and think they're gonna go to the other side of the world with that. No, it don't work like that. There are budgets associated with pressing up the CD. Those are budgets. There's budgets in paying people. Like, I'm not paying the salary, she gets salary. You understand? So that's a budget. That's a part of a budget right there. So I think it's defining the whole thing. If it's an overall thing, it's also where you're trying to go to.
Right.
You know, where you're trying to go.
Right. And I've seen artists in the strip clubs throwing out $4,000, but yet they won't spend money doing you probably can't write that off. So that money's gone. And you don't know the business aspect.
Strip club money isn't tax deductible? No?
Yeah, I see it all the time. It's a crazy shit.
So you're saying there's artists that are going to the strip club, spend up to tens of thousands of dollars, and they won't pay the publicist who's pushing it out, emailing and emailing, all the media, all the bloggers, writing press releases, doing all of this for you, yet you won't pay them, and you ruin that relationship, it's strawberry butter money.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. People go to strip clubs nowadays and spend $20,000 call that making a movie. Imagine people making movies for $10,000. You know what I'm saying? And getting back millions. You know what I'm saying? People are wasting money.
You said Master P was spending that money.
Yeah, he was spending $10,000 to make straight to DVD movies and making millions back. And y'all spending $20,000 in a strip club and calling that making a movie? Y'all ain't making sense. Yeah, that ain't making sense.
Kevin, did you want to say something about, because where were you going with that question about the budget to promote a record?
No, I just wanted to ask the panel numbers, and I wanted to give it to, because Debbie is right, there's different budgets for different type of music, but I just wanted to hear the numbers, and I wanted everybody to leave here. Now, this is my last question I'm going to ask the panel. Whatever number you say, and if it's if you say it's for free, then give them 3 ideas you did for free. So everybody can leave here with an idea. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, like me, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let Londell tell you the numbers, then I'll tell you the numbers I did. And if I say something's for free, I'll give you 3 different ways how you can do something for free. But free ain't always right, so I'm going to let you know. So, I'm going to let Londell get some numbers.
All right, first I think it depends on what kind of record you're trying to make. If you're trying to just make a street record to set the budge, you're not going to spend your money on it because you're kind of just throwing it out there, you warming it up. So it really depends on what your plan is, right? And then I think, you really just have to think the range of a record anywhere from $10,000 to $45,000. You don't work with a record. And I said $10,000 to $45,000 once you get some connectivity. If you have no connectivity, you're wasting your money. But you really got to be ready to spend between 10 and 45. Why is that range so wide? Because like anything else, in business, you platform your investment. As things start to catch traction, then you double up, and then you triple up. And so as things are starting to gradually move, you then spend more money. So the theory is if you're spending more money, you're creating more audience and you're getting more revenue. So just think conceptually, you gotta have money to make money. And, and whether you're spending that on, you're spending that on somebody who's gonna really guide you through that radio process, get your DJs in pocket. Some managers do it just as part of their organization, which is really, they could technically charge you separately for radio promotion, but some people just do it as part of their management fee. And then they get criticized for taking money that basically they should have just set a separate business.
Could you turn this mic up a little bit? Anybody turn this mic up? Londell, I don't think people really heard that. That is something I really need you to repeat again. Because they need to know that.
What I'm saying is that managers, when they sign you, they're not signing you to do all of the services that some full service management groups, they do, like radio promotions, like they got their publicity team doing your publicity. They actually got their business management team doing things for you. So they're saving you money that they could just separate and charge reasonably, legally, and appropriately. But then when somebody comes after the fact, they say, well, they charge you 20, 25%,
and just for a manager, and then you like, oh, you trying to overcharge me. But meanwhile, they doing 50% of the work and charging you only 20-25, if they're charging you 20-25, especially if they're doing it well, right? Now, some people on the flip side charging you 20% and they doing 2% of the work. That's why you gotta be a CEO of your shit and work with COOs to look at it, make sure it's right. But you need at least 10 to 45 grand, I think, because if you're gonna go hire a brother like him, you got to start stepping it up. Like, I wouldn't necessarily hire him out the gate until your shit is high, because he's gonna make it really, really blow, right? You wanna make sure you have something high, because he'll gonna tell you probably if he thinks you're working, you know, but once you got some connectivity, you wanna make a buzz record, a real record, you need pros, you need professionals, and you gotta pay them. You know why you gotta pay them? Because whether it's Deb, whether it's Deborah Black, whether it's anybody on this panel, you know, that have a great service, the line is probably longer than you think for their services. And they don't have to take your pick, right? So it's not like you're doing them a favor, it's collaborative. Y'all doing each other a favor. And so when you exchange that money, you want to make sure that that money is going to move. You gotta have money to make money in this business, but don't just throw money away into the money pit, that the sister said earlier. You gotta know what you're doing. So that's what I say, 10 to 45. What you gotta say?
You want to wrap that up? Yeah, I just want that for another question. And like Della Max, you this, all right, being a lawyer and who you are, could you pretty much explain to people the job of a manager? It's a manager's job, because this is really big. This is a big problem that I have, because within our company, we are like that. We are a management company that act like a label, but we are not obligated. Yes. Because a manager's job is to manage your career. But if you ain't got a damn career, there ain't nothing to manage. Okay? But we do create. And I want to know if I'm wrong on that one. Am I wrong?
No, you're 100% right.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
But the great manager, that's the difference between the great managers and really the great lawyers. When you're dealing with a person that maybe have a title, don't mistake the title for what their heart is.
Thank you.
You might got to
say that again, Mondo.
Don't mistake the title and their role for what their heart is. Their heart may be way bigger than the title and the role you contracted them for. Don't penalize them for having a bigger heart and doing more for you than what they're supposed to do. A manager is supposed to basically just generally guide and help give counsel to you as an artist with your music. They're not necessarily the ones responsible for making your music, promoting your music, distributing
getting
your music.
you up out of bed.
Thank you.
Waking your ass
Go to
up.
court with you, go to the hospital, paying your bills.
Talking to your baby mother, talking to your baby father.
Thank you. Thank you, my y'all. That's important, because that's a big thing that we go through. And I hear a lot of other people go through that. Like, people have a real misconception of this. Like, no, that's not a manager's job to do all these things. And you must invest in yourself. You have to. I can't take you nowhere you don't want to take yourself. You can't lay in the damn bed all day. You can't lay in the bed all day and expect me to find you this, this, and that. You got to get out there and make relationships for yourself.
You can't give someone power, can you, Debbie?
Thank you. That's it. The bolt of lightning that's going to shoot through your damn body and get you up and start moving. Like, these are things that are important. And it seems like today, everybody thinks that it's our job, that this is what we're supposed to do. You already don't want to pay for nothing. You know, it's like you already, like, that's another thing like that. When you said to put the financial in there, that's where the problem came in for us. We start making people too much money. We start making you too much money, you became better than us. Now I want my money. I ain't sharing my money with you. But what happened to all the money that was spent and the time? Because, see, you can't tell me what my time is worth. That's right. That's why I don't have a 9 to 5. Because they didn't appreciate me. I bust my ass, and you didn't give me my prop. I don't need validation now. I don't need you to pat me on my back. but I do need you to appreciate and respect it.
Thank you, Dad. One last question to wrap up this power panel, and then we're going to introduce you to two of Mizzay's newest artists.
You're not gonna ask the audience for questions?
I did.
We're on time. No, we have the next panel coming up.
I wish you would have said that, because I really.
Oh, we can?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, because I really, like, that's important to me.
Yeah, of course.
For people to be able to ask questions,
Yeah.
people to be able to make comments. I don't care what it is.
All right, so we got time? We got time?
But can I do one more thing too? I want to say, and I really want people to know this, like, my anger level, and I apologize to everybody, I became very angry in this industry. I love people. My gift is my curse. You know, and that's real shit. I love people. And I love to do for people. I love to do for anybody. I'm always on Skype. I'm always like talking to people, guiding them. You ain't giving me a damn dime. But I take my time out and I do that for you. But I became very angry because I've been shitted on so much. It's pathetic. You know, I've been stomped on the whole bunch. It ain't your fault. But I am very approachable. Very much so. It's just that I'm so used to having this defense mechanism up on me, because I don't really know what you're coming at me with. You know, but I don't mean you no harm. It ain't nothing I won't do for you. Nothing. You can always talk to me. You can always ask me whatever. But just always know, I say what you think. So just respect that. And you can come at me the same way, and it's okay.
Thank you, Dad. Tony, you gonna say questions? All right, but we're gonna do like 10 minutes of questions. The first question's gonna be right here.
No. And they gotta be short. As long as you're going in.
Yeah, I'm good with short too, today. First off, I would like to say good afternoon to y'all. The time, the passion, the education, the knowledge. We sit up under a great cloud of witnesses in this industry that I mean, you knowing me don't even make no difference to me right now. The actuality of it is the knowledge that y'all are pouring to us is wonderful. Dad, India, Sherelle, I appreciate y'all. I don't have a question, I have a thank you. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Tony, you got questions? Okay.
Yeah, I got a question. My name is Dallas Bill. I'm out of Dallas. My question to, I direct this to Kevin, and then everybody else can chime in. Kevin, why don't you, you were talking about the labels as far as what they're giving out or not giving out. Why don't you tell them when we was on the conference calls back in 2008 about 360 deals, Walter Brockman, all that? Would you chime in, my brother?
Detroit. A label right now is not signing no artist, no matter what the fuck, if they're not getting the 360 deal. You better have a damn good lawyer to talk you out, because their approach is, if you're not gonna do a 360 deal with me, fuck you now. That's the truth. Now, if you get somebody like Honda, he may be able to take it out. And let me just use my language, because I'm trying to talk like Honda, and it don't work for me. So, a lawyer may be able to take, excuse me ladies, the dick out of it. But you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. A 360 deal is, when you sign to a label now, they want a piece of your management, they want a piece of your publishing, they want a piece of your touring, they want a piece of your merchandise, they want a piece of your likeness. So if you pop, now, I can ask the panel a question. Do you agree with that or disagree? Me and Deb have a different approach on that because she comes from the creative side, and I know what she thinks. I agree with the label if they putting up all of that money for you. But if they ain't putting up all of that money, I disagree with it too. So I just want you to know, a 360 deal is when a label gonna go full circle and be in the profit sharing with you at all times. That's what a 360 deal is. I'm telling you all right now, if you're in this business, I'm gonna repeat this so anybody can quote me. Independent is the best way to go right now. Because nobody ain't gonna tell you when to put your record out. No, if you ain't got no fucking money, don't go independent. Because you're gonna see real quick that it costs money to make money. People don't know that